We're going to talk about a very touchy subject. It might trigger a lot of people, but it's very important. It's going to be about the world's biggest traumatic experiences for a parent is teenage suicide. Okay. So your child is coming home. They're very stressed. They got things to tell you. They don't know how to talk to you. And what happens is they go within themselves. And when we don't observe what's going on, or we're all about adult stress and what we're going through at work and stuff like that, it's like something that we don't even think about that our child would do is suicide. I was at the hospital the other day and this parent came in and she was crying because her child committed suicide. And she thought back when her child told her that she was gay and how her father and she treated her child. It's something that is very stressful for a child to even talk about, not only talk about, but to come out to their parent and say, hey mom, I'm having all these feelings in my body and I don't know how to express them, but I have some feelings for girls and I have some feelings for boys. And mom, I think I'm gay. And what happened? The mother and father just exploded. Next thing you know, you see ambulances and police officers and people like that. Next thing you know, she committed suicide. And now there is no turning back. Suicide is a very touchy topic, but we've got to address that. And Caroline, it's too touchy for me. So what do you think about that?
Yes, it is so serious, and it's an extreme of a disconnection between parents and kids in where there's not trust and not asking for support. And in the example you give, is the feeling of the parents more important, or they could not deal with that and they could not recognize that the child was also needing support and help. So I think it's very important for the adults to take care of themselves, to be the support and to be there for their kids, because there's an hierarchy and we are the adults. We are the responsibles to offer a container, a guide for our kids. And maybe what they did is not of our approval or our values or whatever, but we are the parents. We are the safe people who they can come with whatever is happening because they trust us, because they don't know what to do. So when they were learning how to walk or learning how to eat, we find very funny that they make mistakes and they fall down and they make their head, face dirty. But when they are teens, they are also learning how this work is working, how the relationships are working, how you stand up for yourself, how you support your values, how you respect your body and your feelings. And it's very confusing sometimes. It's very touchy topic as well because there is an extreme. But something very important to say is that parents need to work on prevention. Sometimes you, as you said, you think that everything is going well. Your kid is at school and coming in and out of the house and you're working and everything looks sometimes okay, but there's no deep moments to connect, to know how we are feeling and how we are doing, or what are the topics that preoccupied our mind and we find difficult. This is a call for parents to work on prevention, to pay attention to the physical development, but to the mental health and the mental development and the feelings, and get very close to the teens. Because there's also a common sense that, you need to invest so much when there are kids, but when they are teens, you can be a little bit more off of their lives. And I don't agree with that. I think you need to hold on your kids, hold on your teens, because they are still need so much support.
The next child that came in was, it was alarming because we tell our teens that they are adults at 18. I don't believe that a child should be an adult at 18. They drive at 16, they're an adult at 18, and then they can drink at 21. And science says that a child is not an adult until they're at least 30. Okay, so there was a child that came in, she got shot in the back 2 months ago, and she's paralyzed from the waist down. Now, her heart was going up and down, racing 150 down to 58, up to 130. And she saw her friend get shot next to her and died. And so these are the traumatic experiences that our children are facing in the world today. And I don't know if it happened to be the pandemic or whatever, but we're now noticing our children are going through these things. But she had to make an adult decision. And this had something to do with her heart. She could have been in a cardiac arrest at any time. Her parents wanted her to stay in the hospital, but she wanted to go home. And because she is an adult at 18, she was able to make that decision, which I don't think it was a very good decision to let a child go home. But if they didn't, then the child could sue. And another child, his friend, die on the phone, commit suicide. Again, we have children going through these stories and these things that need to be told and needs to be expressed, and you need to hold them and let them cry, but they're holding on and either making adult decisions, witnessing death in their eyes, or they're committing suicide on their own.
They're very serious topics, and I want to let the people know that the prevention is always the best way. Working on the relationships, working on the consciously parenting, be close to your kids, be aware of their friends and their companies and what they are doing, what they are feeling, what they are going through, and finding support. So many times we think we can take it in and it's going to forget, or the time is going to heal by themselves, but we really need to find support. Finding support is an act of love for our kids and to keep the mental health, because as you said, there are so many things going on in this world, and we need to protect and be very close to our kids to guide them and to support their friends and keep the healthy growing and healthy relationships. So a parent coach is not only to talk about babies, a pacifier, and little things, but it's so serious, and we need to keep an eye in all phases and stages of our kids and our family.
Thank you. And here's to us as Parent Enhancement Program, to you. We will help you, hold your hand, and guide you. All you have to do is take ours. Thank you.